Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Nuuli Forged. We are a 5e actual play, 5e actual play stream where we play in the world of Nuuli, which came out of my brain, and 5 of my friends are brave enough to play in because they're masochists. Unfortunately, Mike, who plays Defect, cannot be here this evening. But we do have Matt back with us for tonight, who plays Spoot,
Yay.
which it's been a minute since Spoot's been able to get here, although he is off video, but he is here. I've got to thank you for the Pikachus. Just real quick, everyone, we're going to do a quick round of introductions, and then we're going to dive right into it, because tonight's episode will be a little bit shorter due to real-life restrictions and stuff. But that's okay. First, big shout out to Taialia Kaye, who gave us a follow a couple days ago. So thank you, Taialia Kaye. Much appreciated. Thank you so much. And now, let's give some introductions. Please introduce yourself, your character, and then we'll move on to the next person because we want to get some stuff in. We're going to start with Amber.
Hi, hello. My name is Amber. I play Greg the Goblin Artificer. This is us. Hopefully No, there is no hope. It's fine. Bye.
Fantastic. Thank you. Moving on down, we got Sarah.
Oh, hey, that's me. Hi, I'm Sarah. I play Olive, the half-orc moon druid. That's what I am. And who's a bit claustrophobic. And, yeah.
Yeah. Wonderful.
My notepad just disintegrated.
And we've got Tanner.
I am Tanner. I'm playing Nereus, the Azamar Sourcelock.
Yes.
Reminds me, I need to update your name, but yeah.
Huh?
Don't worry about it.
You just update your character block.
Oh. To say the Sourcelock.
To say Sourcelock.
Sourcelock.
Or Warserer. I kind of like Warserer.
Worcestershire.
Well, his primary class is Sorcerer, so Sourlock is...
Okay, fine.
You're a Sourlock? Yeah, it hurts.
I mean, listen, on Saturday I woke up in the morning and I couldn't turn my head.
I feel you. I had the neurovirus all weekend, so I feel you.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was rough. Invisible, but here in audio format, we've got Matt.
Howdy, this is audio format Matt here speaking. Yeah. Well,
Live from location
tonight. Yeah, let's not go into what location. I don't want to incriminate myself, but yeah, I'm going to do my best and hopefully have some fun.
It's going to be a good time.
You're here to have fun?
Mm-hmm.
And chew gum.
All right. And I am Jared. I am your humble dungeon master here on Nuuli Forged. I play everyone and everything else that is not the 5-player characters. And with that, let's dive into Last Time on Nuuli Forged. Last time on Nuuli Forged, after finishing up their battle plans and eating a hearty meal, the Misfits and their allies finally get some much-needed rest. Many of the party had strange, draining dreams, but Nereus's dreams were aided by some strange set of reaching and folding tentacles, which when touched were quite warm and pleasant. Accepting some kind of bargain with this force or entity, Nereus received a word, a single name in his mind. Brogel Zegelblor. Brogel Zegelblor. It's a mouthful.
Tight.
Yeah. As the group woke, warm and safe back in Fey Harbor, Olive's dreams had drained her of her energy as a result of the star apple she had eaten. A quick but expensive trip to the local temple of the guiding light later, she was cured of her ailments, 2 levels of exhaustion. All other business done, the party began their mission. Paduke Quickwing, their sprite ally, transported the group to Craghold. Adis and Kalen disappeared into the trees, making their way to rain down arrows on their foes from outside the walls of Craghold. and hopefully draw out a few enemies. As a little bit of a distraction. The Misfits, along with Trip Sharprunner, Archimedalius, and Umbradius, all used their escape tunnel from the previous day to re-enter the dungeons of Craghold. Once inside, the Arcanatons and Trip, all able to go visible or otherwise remain unseen, sneaked off to cause a secondary distraction within the keep, giving them a head start. The Misfits emerged at the sound of a muted gong, indicating they believe that an attack on the fortress had begun. As the Misfits crept through the tunnels, they met up with a group of Shade Reachers, led by Pegon, half-giant champion of the North. A battle ensued, and though Pegon was able to get in quite a few solid hits on Defect, Paduk and Nereus were able to give the assist to Defect in order to slay the mighty half-giant. Defect plunged his new sword, his busting sword, deep into the heart of his challenger before lopping off the head of the final opponent, and no one above any the wiser of their presence. But first, we go back to Spoot. Spoot. The last thing that you see is you see Nereus fall, and then you see a giant fanged maw appear out of invisibility and spray you with acid. Well, although it's not acid, it is poison. And you fall unconscious. And you see this strange vision of your mother looking at you with disappointment and shaking her head, and the feeling of dread fills you. It is almost like you are terrified of what happens next. That overbearing sense of when you've disappointed a parent kind of weighing you down. They're not mad, they're just disappointed. As you turn away your face and put your face in your hands, you find nothing. And you slowly stand up from this crouched fetal position, and you find yourself upon a roadway. But a roadway unlike any you have seen before. It is a path of starlight under a dark sky and an ebon ground. After a moment, a form comes into view. The familiar silver-skinned woman with white feathered wings approaches you with a sad, knowing smile. You know that vision to be an unfounded fear, Spoot. You are loved, respected, and you are cared for, just as you have always been. Spoot, as you look around, you see that only you and the silver-skinned woman are on this pathway. And she has come to you in this moment for reasons you're not quite sure of. What do you say?
Is this it? Have I failed?
She smiles. Spoot, I am not here for you, sadly. I am here for another. And she turns to face in the direction of the path as if you were walking down it. And a rising sun appears over the edge of an invisible horizon. And in that sunlight, you see a silhouetted figure in golden robes come into focus. And you can tell that the figure has turned and is facing you, and you can see that it bows. But because of the light behind it, you can't see what it is. The silver-skinned woman smiles and nods to you, and then silently turns, walks about halfway, and then back over to you. Spoot, you find yourselves at a crossroads. Explore in this moment, and perhaps you will find answers that you seek. It is evident that you need protection and healing of the spirit in this time. but look upon where you are wisely and seek what you desire. And she smiles at you and continues her walk to the figure, takes its hands, and they walk away into the horizon. Spoot, what would you like to do?
Just to make sure I caught everything. So, did I recognize the figure that was walking into the horizon with her?
As she took the figure's hand, you noticed at least the details on the hand. You saw what looked to be like a granite-colored hand, kind of a dark brown granite hand, take hers. And it was a very muscular, strong hand. And as she touched it, light kind of emanates from her body, illuminating the figure. It is the silent but smiling form of a Garian Granex.
Spoot has this like profound sense of sadness, but of knowing, and then it sort of melds, I think, into sort of almost happiness, because now he knows that his path is complete and he is going to be with the Horizon Walker, and that he followed it exactly the way he wanted and the way he was meant to. But then I think Spoot leaves Spoot feeling a little lost, because he now doesn't understand maybe where he is right now.
Well, as you feel that and you look around, you see that the isolated path you were on just a moment ago has changed and has become a crossroad. And you find 4, 5, 6, maybe more branching pathways from a central area, crossroads, that you find yourself in the middle of. And though you cannot see other travelers, you can hear other voices passing you as if they were on this roadway and down the various paths and roads that lead off from here.
I think Spoot will stop and listen. A lot, I think, is racing through his mind right now. He tends to overthink things, and he wants to get back to the simple joy, I guess, and just taking the road. And I don't think that's something he never wanted to overthink. But perhaps he listens for a moment. Is there something in the voices he hears? Is there something that sort of fails, or maybe points to a particular direction?
Yeah, you give kind of a general listen around, and kind of each road you walk down, you hear the conversation. There's one where people are talking about like old, like pre-breaking kind of societies in a way, in like an academic kind of way. There's one where people are talking about powerful creatures of Nuuli, like individual creatures, not like, general dragons, but like specific ones. You hear people discussing magic and kind of a general terms. You hear people discussing different planes of existence. It seems like every road gives you an option to potentially learn something.
Very interesting. Interesting. Maybe it's the path that I've been on for so long. I think perhaps there's something about the knowledge of the pre-breaking times that maybe is calling to.
Yeah. So you walk down that roadway, and soon you find yourself along a road that is kind of like a meandering path through a park, and you see a few figures in various strange robes and states of dress, like just different fashions and styles, sitting upon like benches, kind of in like a gazebo type of area, and having a discussion.
Did they see me approach?
Yeah, if you make yourself known, they acknowledge you.
Yeah, I think I'll politely make myself known and ask if I can just sit and listen.
They say by all means, and they begin talking about a particular location on what was Lord John, particularly about a dark corner of a deep forest that was simply called Zax, Z-A-X. And they are talking about the tyrant who ruled there, a horrible Naga creature who just hated everything and demanded pure subservience, all in an effort to study strange, dangerous magics. And she was known to have a particular grudge or dealings with various amphibian folk, such as turtles or as froglings, and even bullywogs. Apparently, she both hated them for some reason, but she liked subjugating them for others.
I think I find myself saying the name Shizuxa almost before I realize I have said it after hearing this.
Yeah, the dark-skinned human man kind of leading this particular discussion turns and says, "Aye, that would be her. She was quite vicious in her day, a true tyrant of the region. But apparently she was defeated by a squadron of 5 or 6 powerful turtle warriors, much like you yourself seem to be. And the problem, of course, with Naga is they tend to resurrect themselves. In order to prevent such a thing, they separated portions of her body and attempted to disrupt the process. However, they were not the only ones to take advantage. No, a sect of Yuan Ti snake folk also decided to make her theirs. They had been allies and working together for some time, but they decided to take advantage of her revivification and instead created a horrible partial bone Naga. According to the histories I've been able to piece together in the material realm since my moving on, she became quite a subservient figure for a while until she happened upon one of her own bones, and it began to incorporate into her body and reawakened memories, and so bit by bit she sought out the various bones that were hers from the descendants of those who had killed her.
Oh, well, that must have been a terrifying thing to have Shizuxa revisit you asking for parts of her body.
Oh, I can only
says
imagine.
Almost nervously.
I can only imagine. I believe it was somewhat difficult, as she could not leave her confinement for quite a while, and she could only move within a certain area from where she was dominated by the Yuan Ti, I think. But as she began to reawaken, her radius grew. And if she gets the last piece, she will be free to recreate herself in some fashion. And if she gets the final bits and the final process completed, I'm sure she will attempt to regain her power.
Any clue as to what she might be hoping to accomplish when she's regained her power? I've heard of another story of a similar being that has been trying to put itself back together in the hopes of perhaps conquering or destroying this very world.
Well, of course, her desires are power and knowledge. She doesn't care who she hurts to get it. She doesn't care what she has to destroy to get it. She wants to be, as far as my research indicates, the most powerful magic user of all time. Probably a bit of a despot, too, I would imagine. And there's kind of a general sense of murmuring agreement.
Sorry, what was that last? A bit of a what spot?
A bit of a despot, a bit of a tyrant.
No. Sorry, one moment. I am listening. I have 5 minutes before I'll have to take a pause.
Okay. Yeah, so you learn all this about Shuzaxa. Is there anything else you would like to ask about in this particular roadway?
Yeah, I suppose that if they know so much about Shuzaxa, perhaps they also know something of the Ibn Shades.
So they respond that they are unfamiliar with the Ibn Shade, but they know quite a bit about the Ibn. One of them there was actually a member when he was alive, and he explained that the Ibn were a organization of mages dedicated to the preservation of magical knowledge. They had no interest in politics, but instead in the preservation and spreading of knowledge and teaching magic. At least when he was alive, that's what they did. And it all sounds very different to what you've garnered from your studies on the Ibn Shade. To which he acknowledges that, various individuals have different goals, and as people die and become new leaders, like there's always the chance that the vision shifts a little bit. But when he was alive, it focused primarily on enhancing magical knowledge and advancing the study of the craft.
Since they're speaking about past deaths and saying things like when they were alive, and I sort of don't have any sort of anything as to what date they are in. I'm assuming they have passed on soon. I would say this sometime in the past. But is this death for them? What is this state?
They all acknowledge that more or less, yes, they have completed their journey on the material realms, and they are traversing the infinite crossroads of the Horizon Walker, which was their hope to do once they ended their physical existence. One of them kind of looks...
Sorry.
No, you're good. One of them looks to you and kind of says, I can see that you are still among the living, as you are a bit see-through at the moment.
Oh, well, that is a relief to hear.
Yes. Sometimes I'm understood that powerful celestial entities can welcome in those who need protection or a bit of a break or are seeking certain lore.
Well, I tell you what, because I'm still learning what I am doing here, tell you as short as I can how I arrived here. See, I and a small group of my friends tasked with a great mission to destroy an evil that was seeking to take over. 1 sec.
Yeah, you relate the story. And as you relate the story, they all nod along and give you some deference there. And just kind of absorb the narrative that you provide them.
So I don't know if there's something I need to learn here, or if I need to find out where this path continues.
One of them pipes up a kind of looks like she's got some orcish heritage, or did at one point, and she kind of pipes up and says, "If you're seeking current events, I suggest you head back to the crossroads and head to the people who study those sorts of things. They might be able to offer you some insight. They enjoy watching in on real-time happenings."
Ah, very good. Okay. Yes, thank you. I think I will go back and see what else I can do. It's been a pleasure to learn this from you. Thank you for sharing your time.
A pleasure.
If that is even relevant to you.
Yeah, they all seem to be generally amiable to you and your and the subjects you want to discuss, so that's good. They seem perfectly content. But yeah, so you're able to head back to that main crossways, and you're not sure what you're looking for, but almost as if it's looking for you, a pathway becomes like opened up and wide for you, and you begin walking down it, and you find yourself at a table in a very well-appointed house that has a bunch of like maps on it and like little like figures that people use to like indicate army and troop movement and that kind of stuff. And there's like 5 or 6 people here. And this kind of pale older human man looks up. "Oh, welcome. Welcome to our Modern Day Observers Society, as we call ourselves. What can I do for you?"
So sorry. I might. This might be the moment where I might be silent for a bit, but I'll do my best to listen. But yeah, so I will explain that he's come here. He's sort of piecing together. He's here to learn things from different points of time, perhaps in these crossroads, and we're seeking more current events. Is that right? This is the road that has been watching things in real time.
Yes, we watch many important things. What would you like our 2 cents on?
What state is the world in now, Spoot says?
Well, the world continues apace. I assume you mean Nuuli specifically.
No, that's excellent news. Yes, I fear that I had left it in sort of a poor state, if I'm being honest, with impending disaster and all that.
Do you have some specificity you'd like to look into?
Yeah, I'll see if I can explain the situation about the Ebonshade and the quest again that we were set on to.
Yeah, one of them pipes up. It's this like crazy, like skinny individual with like wild, like explodey hair. Looks to be a gnome or maybe a halfling. Gets really excited. He's like, "Oh, the Ebonshade! It's a conspiracy, I tell you. This entity has pieced itself together out of fragments and decided to call itself a thing. And it's just remnants and echoes. And it's trying to, I don't know what, maybe I guess ascend to a godhood or something? I don't know. It's been gathering all sorts of magical items and properties using mortals as oh, what do you call it? Go-betweens. That's what it is. And it's all pulling it together into this place, but we can't really see into the place. It's blocked and shielded in some way, but we know it's there.
Well, it is very much there. Not a conspiracy in the sense that it's not real.
The conspiracy is that it
though.
thinks it is a thing, but it is not a thing. But I think it wants to be a thing.
Oh yes, I do think it wants to be a thing. And that is what we were trying to stop it from becoming when, well, this happened.
Well, it looks like you're still alive.
That is a relief to keep being reminded that, because I had feared that I was not. But, perhaps there's some information. One second.
Cool. So as Spoot is existing in this subliminal ethereal crossroads, we're going to switch gears and head over to our friends in Craghold. You have all just laid waste to Pegon and a few of his allies here in the bottom of the dungeons of Craghold.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah.
Whatever the appropriate rock-on gesture is, I'm not cool.
I don't know who you think you're talking to. Here we are. We killed a bunch of people.
Yeah, so the four of you with Paduk are here. There's a dead Pegon on the ground with a big old sword. There's decapitated people. There's poisoned people. There's all kinds of dead people.
I loot the bodies.
I was just going to say, loot their bodies.
Yeah, you come away with 85 gold pieces and 15 silver pieces. And you come away with the only sword that looks impressive in any way is Pegon's, which appears to be like this big old great sword that seems to be like dripping acid.
All right.
Although the acid appears to be petering off now that Pegon is dead.
Maybe we should leave that behind.
Or we can just put it in the bag and deal with it.
Put it in the bag, yeah. Give me acid sword.
Eat through bags of holding?
Nah, my bag's cool.
Alright, cool.
That's good. Any keys or anything useful like that?
You don't see any keys. You do find a couple of empty vials kind of scattered on the ground. But,
I'll take those.
Yeah. They're the ones that
He kept drinking.
Pegon drank out of.
Yeah.
There's like 3 of them.
Cool. Alright, well, I guess it's not locked. Or if it is, he didn't have the key. Shall we?
Well, I got no choice, really.
Yeah, time to keep
To the stairs.
Yeah, Greg, the hallway you've been ducking down has kind of led back to that big open room where you were actually held prisoner.
Hey.
So you see that the stairs are kind of like right there.
Have they
I know
mopped the
this
floor
room.
since Greg was a prisoner there?
Sorry?
Have they mopped the floor since Greg was a prisoner there?
Doesn't look particularly clean.
Pretty sure the
janitor-
last thing Greg did was projectile vomit all over the room.
It was
that's
thing that
true.
they did, yes.
Yes, that was
The
one
ja-
of the things that happened.
The janitor's actually on holiday.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
fair.
that tracks.
Janitor was one of the people we just killed in the hall.
Maybe.
Like, there's not a pile of leftover vomit, but like, They're stains.
Gross.
My stomach was mostly empty anyway. It was mostly bile. Okay, well, I guess shall we continue on our merry? Do we want to close this door? Ooh, I have an idea. This is fun. Is there a door like into this room hallway thing?
There's many doors. You're kind of in the hallway, so like there's many doors that lead to.
But like,
rooms.
if for example I was trying to block a door behind us, is there one
No.
that would keep people from coming up? Okay, darn. Next door.
So you all are ascending the staircase.
Up.
Sure. Does someone want
Rel-
to maybe check this for traps or anything? Does anyone have
chilly.
that skill? No.
I do, but I don't. I mean, they're not going to trap their own staircase. People going up and down this all the time.
The main staircase up to the bridge was trapped.
I don't remember.
That was like 2 months ago.
Yeah. I think we just go, personally. I guess we could check. Let me give it a quick glance to see if there's like an alarm spell kind of thing.
Sure. How do you want to do that? Investigation?
Yeah, probably. That's my best bet.
All right, go for it.
23?
You're pretty confident as you begin ascending these stairs that there's no like alarm spell, there's no loose thing hiding a tripwire. It looks like it's just stairs.
Cool. I think it's just stairs. Let's go.
Alright. Up we go the stairs.
Cool. Do we
Quietly.
have Spoot back? Nope.
Yeah, I think this is okay.
Okay, cool. So you all begin climbing up the stairs. Meanwhile, Spoot, you've had this like conspiracy theorist talk to you about this idea of what the Ibn Shade is and what its possible goals are.
Okay, I'm thinking it was just going to maybe talk consciousness. No, sorry, one sec. Maybe, maybe we didn't know how to defeat him. Maybe it was just bad timing, or like we weren't prepared. But there's something maybe I can learn about it and how to actually defeat this thing if I get another chance.
Yeah, they're pretty sure it's some kind of parasitic undead entity, but they don't know how to defeat it. They don't know what it's exactly doing because the stronghold that it has held up in, which you know to be Craghold, is blocked from their divinations, from their sights. Because they're not big, powerful celestial entities, they're just dead people.
And they haven't walked into the wall yet.
That's fair. Is there anything that I didn't tell them yet, maybe that I could include that might help them unlock some kind of hypothesis or something? Or is this sort of as far as it goes? They've given me as much as they can, maybe?
It seems like they don't have a lot of like specifics on the Ibn Shade. They know that it wandered for a couple years, mostly in the north. And within the past 6 months has amassed large numbers of followers after meeting up with some warlord of some kind who brought his forces into its and kind of joined up with it.
Now I'm curious. Can they see my friend, or are they also hidden from you?
They ask for descriptions, and they kind of begin looking at the maps and kind of muttering things. And they hold up what looks to be like a wooden carving of like, just like kind of like just a representation of like people, like 5 little people. And they're like, are they these ones here in Fey Harbor?
Oh, they're in three, aren't they? I think that's them.
I mean, we don't know exact identities here. We just see a powerful group of individuals that we know were once in the general area of the Ibn Shade and are now in Fey Harbor.
Well, that is interesting. I wonder if that means I'm also in Fey Harbor.
Well, I'm not sure. And as they say that, and you wonder that, Spoot, you hear something. Hey, Spoot. Hey, Spoot. I talked to a god today, and I think it went okay. I don't know if I did it right, but I think I talked to them, and I think I got like a warm, fuzzy feeling. So I don't know if I did it right. Maybe that was just acid reflux. But yeah. All right. Talk to you later.
Is this a message on the Spoot?
You recognize the voice of you recognize the voice of Greg, far away and muffled, but you hear it in your being.
Oh, do I have any other messages?
No, you just hear that random stream of Greg speak.
Okay, that's a good sign. I think at least Greg is alive. Okay. Well, perhaps if there's nothing else to learn from this crossroad, I return back and try another thing.
Yeah, what would you try to look into?
Surprise me.
Well, there's a lot of stuff around here. So you get the sense that the pathways, the crossroads can lead you to anywhere, but you have to kind of decide.
I was afraid you'd say that. I am here seeking, I'm going to remain focused here. I'm here seeking knowledge. What could help me in this present? Learned about the far past of the shade and Physota.
Can you say that again?
I'm just talking out loud what I have reviewed so far. The far
Gotcha.
past of Physota. A little bit about the conspiracy of the shade. What were the other paths? I mean, you said I could return back to the crossroads or continue down a particular road?
Yeah, you get the feeling that there's knowledgeable discussions of just about every subject can be reached from this crossroads.
You know, let's assume that time is relevant here and I'm not wasting copious amounts of it. I wonder if there's anything that this is just a random thought that I might could learn that might be interesting for defect, since I did promise to help them with all that.
So what would you like to see if you can find?
Are there any experts on the history of automatons somewhere?
Cool. All right. Yeah. So you begin that sort of mind kind of playing over and over in your mind, that kind of, I wonder if I can find this sort of thing. And you do find a small gathering of individuals who are kind of sipping on like cups of tea with like open notebooks on like those kind of like sand tables kind of looking things. And they're just kind of talking about like it seems like they're talking about construction of like golems and constructs and like homunculi and like little like mechanical things and bits and bobs and big war machines. From the discussion, none of them seem to be talking about anything like defect. Like they talk about things that they have crafted some semblance of life into, and like the study of that, of like golemtry and of construction and the imbuements of like the semblance of automation and life, but no true consciousness.
Okay, sorry. We just took them to dinner. Okay, well, that might have been a waste of time. That's okay. I really couldn't think of in that moment anything better to do. So I think I need to sit and meditate as Spoot, I think, is missing something that is going to help direct him to getting out of here with the knowledge he needs.
So you sit and meditate for a while, and you hear another string of Grig speak. I think I did it again. I think I spoke to this god again. But we're gonna go. We're gonna go do this thing. We're gonna do this thing. We're gonna leave you here because you're unconscious. Hope you're not dead. I'm gonna take your stuff, but I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna take your potion, but I'm gonna leave you the rest of your stuff. And I'm taking a diamond too. We got more diamonds. I guess come if you can. Okay, bye. And
So
after,
Grig's been talking.
yeah.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Hang on, I get to take off my headset for 10 minutes. That's amazing. So Grig has been talking to gods and only bothers to tell me after I'm unconscious. Noted.
Apparently.
Just kidding. Just kidding. Okay, they're going to do a thing. They left me behind. Do I get a sense of these messages are happening in real time? Like, or is this... There's no way to know.
You have no idea.
Interesting. Do I need to talk to a god? What happens if I pray from this place? That could help.
Yeah. Well, as you kind of meditate there and do that, and like think about and give a little prayer, a warm presence can be felt next to you, and you see the silver-skinned woman has joined you once again in this crossroads. Hello, Spoot. Have you made good
apparently my mic
use?
was on.
Have you made good use of the crossroads?
I'll be honest, I still feel like I am perhaps missing something. I mean, as is often I just tend to over worry about these things. And, I could probably stay here forever learning about different things because you enjoy it so much. But I can't help but think perhaps maybe I'm needed somewhere else.
Oh.
And I don't know if I have gained what you were hoping I would here, but thank you.
Spoot, the point of all this was to keep you safe. You suffered greatly, and had you awoken in that cell, I fear for what would have happened to you. You realize that Agarian did not survive the confrontation in Craghole.
Spoot looks down.
Do not be sad, for now he wanders whatever path he desires here. He was a brave man.
I will never forget him.
And he will never forget you. Nor will any whose lives you have touched. The point of you coming here, Spoot, was to aid you and protect you. Whatever you feel you need to have found here, that is all that you need. My expectations do not come into play, nor do they exist.
I can't help but feel a bit selfish if I were to dally here a bit too long seeking knowledge when I'm have this great feeling that there's something. I have some unfinished business.
Well, your body still exists. It still breathes. It still survives. We have only protected your soul here for a short period of time. However, if you wish to make that a permanent severance, you do have the ability to end your mortal existence and remain here. That is a path open to you.
I'm
Imagine
not
Spoot's
sure.
just like, good luck, guys.
Yeah, right. Ah, yes. This is exactly what I hoped would happen. No, I don't think I would find much peace here if I left now, especially now that I know, or at least I hope, that the rest of my friends are still alive and perhaps still trying, even without me.
Yes, I can see that your friends still try. They have left you in a safe place to wage war upon your enemies yet again. It has been a day as you reckon time.
It has been a day. Okay.
Yes.
Well, I will, of course, leave here still afraid that I have forgotten to ask a question that might have helped me. That's, I have tried to focus on seeking knowledge that has direct relevance to the mission that I had.
I
And
cannot
I don't know
tell
if
you.
anyone here knows any more than I do.
Yes, we have tried to garner what we can. Unfortunately, the location that your enemies reside in is blocked from our vision. Perhaps the Horizon
know that I
Walker himself could see, but if he has not chosen to grace us with that knowledge.
I cannot begin to understand what his role might be in this other than me stay firm in my beliefs in the path that I've set. I know that I need to defeat this even shade with my friends, and that perhaps along with him or it, also Shizuku. It seems like a terrible power could be unleashed for that as well. Perhaps I should have asked if there was any known location remaining of its body. Wait, sorry, this is speaking out of character. The last time I saw Shizuku, did it look like it had completed its journey of finding all its body parts and had put flesh back on itself and all that stuff?
It did seem like it had flesh on it.
Okay.
Because you saw it at the top of the bridge before it turned invisible. You saw her.
Yeah, that's right. I just need to defeat it and rip it apart again. Great. Well, how hard could it be? It took 5 turtles last time, so...
You are stronger than you give yourself credit for, Spoot. And your
Well, I'm
friends are
trying
very
not to-
powerful as well.
Yes, that they are. Obviously, they have outlasted me, so... I'm trying not to dwell on my failure. I won't let it happen again. I think
Do not judge yourself harshly, Spoot. You have done your best, as have they. They fell in battle just as you did. It is only by chance and allyship that your friends survived the way they did.
speaking out of character again, I find it hilarious that I genuinely don't know what happened after my friend got this, which is helping me roleplay this very well. I think I need to get that. I think that is what is on my mind right now.
Very well.
If I'm allowed this second chance.
Yes. You should know that your body underwent great strain. and I will give you what help I can. But though you have been able to get physical restitution, you must push through one final time when you awaken. And I will try to help you achieve what you need.
I understand. Thank you.
She nods and smiles, and the crossways and pathways begin to fade from your mind, from your sight, until the only thing that remains is her smiling silver face, which then fades as well. Spoot, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw at advantage, please.
Yes, the thing that killed me. Let's see how it goes this time. Let's also hope that Anthony is. That's a shame. I'm gonna roll one more time.
Yep.
First roll was a 13. Second roll was a 23. I think I would like to take the 23.
And so you do. For a moment, as you begin to feel physicality again, you feel something draining your body. And then you feel this divine surge rush through you and push through that. And your eyes pop open. You sit up in your bed at Misfit Manor. And Spoot, welcome to level 14.
Aw, that's awesome.
And Spoot, something vibrates. Something calls to you. Something through the door of your room.
Something calls to me, and it's just on the other side of my door?
Yes. The rest of the room kind of melts away in your mind and your thoughts, and you just see the door. And you see it thrum and vibrate and pulsate.
I'm in?
The door shakes.
Do I need to go open the door?
Do you?
I'll see if I can open it. Because this couldn't hurt, I guess.
You open the door as it shakes, and you see a massive winged entity standing there, reach out and grab you and wrap its arms around you, Spoot. And we're going to cut back to Craghold, to our friends sneaking up the stairs.
Guys, I had an idea.
Did I die again?
So sneaky.
Who got a hug?
Who got a hug?
Guys, I have an idea. Hey, Greg. Greg, can I have Pigon's sword?
Yes.
Olive is going to use 1,000 forms to make herself look like Pigon.
Ah, okay. So this is shape
Alter self.
Oh, alter self. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get to cast alter self at will at this level.
Yeah.
Cool.
Easy enough to do.
And, he wasn't that different from Olive.
So alter self is not like full shapeshift. Alter self gives you claws. I believe. Right?
I can change my height, weight, facial features, sound of my voice, hair length, coloration, distinguishing characteristics, make myself appear as a member of another race, although my statistics do not change.
Great.
I can't appear as a different size or basic shape.
Great. So you now look like Pigon wearing Olive's clothes.
Sure.
Yeah. So your armor is a little bit tight, and various other things are a little like, but you look like Pigon.
And I'm going to carry his sword that I'm not proficient in at all, but I don't know, does he have tie it to my back or something to make to
I mean, it is a big, heavy sword.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I strap it to my pack or something.
Sure, yeah. You look like Pigon in different armor with his sword strapped to his backpack.
Come on, guys.
I mean,
Now we're stealthier.
okay. Sure. It kind of worked last time.
Cool. If you want to like stealth up the stairs, you can give me stealth checks. Paduk is invisible, so he can do it at advantage.
Yeah. Should I roll anything for defect, or we're just...
Yeah, you can roll for defect.
Okay.
There we go.
Well, it's not at all stealthy. It's a good thing she disguised herself.
Oh gosh.
Paduk.
Yep. Yeah, so if you just click the stealth skill, which if he does not have...
There we go.
There it is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, 27 for Paduk. Luckily, there were 2 very high rolls, as there was a natural 1. So, kind of balances out. You're more or less...
Not super loud?
Not super loud, but you can probably be heard by people. So you're marching on up there. Go ahead, give me a perception check, everybody.
Defect or no?
No defect.
Cool.
I love
So,
the exact reverse.
yeah, so Olive
Do you
and...
want Paduk?
you can do Paduk, that's fine. Yeah. So Olive and Nereus, you hear coming from like a voice echoing down the stairs. Kind of the yelling, screaming voice of Shuzaxa. You idiots! Where are these fools? They're on the fronts. We're being attacked in the front, and there's someone lost in here. Get out there and search for them! So it sounds, and then you hear like many booted feet like running out of whatever room.
Well, I could cast invisibility on myself, and I think that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay. Paduk is already invisible, so he can also fly ahead and like look at stuff.
He could do that. I'm also gonna cast invisibility.
Great.
On
You cast
myself.
invisibility. Concentrating on that. Lasts for an hour.
Yep.
Or until you attack or cast another spell.
Yep.
So what would you like to do?
Does it sound like the feet are headed in our direction?
It does not.
Okay. Paduk, can you just stay a bit ahead of the group and just let us know if something's coming?
Oh, yeah. I'll be right back. Nobody move. And I'll zip right up just to wherever that noise is. And Paduk goes off very quietly. You're not even sure if he's
Cool.
actually gone or not, but...
Yeah.
Imagine he's just sitting there invisible, just like, alright, how long
Just
do I have to
pretending.
wait to make this look
Yeah, convincing.
convincing?
Yeah, a few minutes later, you all hear... Okay, I'm back. So, there's a big snake with a human woman face
Yeah.
up in this big room that has all these pillars. And
Mhm.
she's kind of like yelling at people. There's like
Sneak past?
there's 3
Oh.
people in there with her. There's like an old human guy and a couple of other humanoids, like dressed up in like red and black robes, with like masks covering their faces. So I don't know. That's weird. But yeah, this stairway goes up, and it kind of goes onto like this big stone stage, and then like there's another doorway like 20 feet away, And that looks like another set of stairs that goes up at the same way that this one does.
Okay, were they
We can
saying
get past.
anything or like writing anything on the floor?
No.
Okay, just checking.
I
Can we
think
sneak
I think our other friends are causing trouble inside the keep, while Adis and Kaelin are shooting arrows at the front.
Right, they're doing the thing.
Can we sneak past the snake lady and no?
Well, she's not on the dais or the stairs or anything, so probably.
All right, we should make haste.
Like
Try
if,
to
like
get
if we
past
just
them
keep
if
going up
possible.
these stairs, like there's an open doorway that we'd have to cross in front of.
Okay.
Cool.
Is it just a standard doorway?
I mean, it's like a big archway, yeah, but yeah, it's not like it doesn't have a door, but there's a archway that leads to the stairs from the stage.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Alright.
So we'd have to like zip across it real quick.
Cool.
Sounds good. Why don't we do that?
Let's do that.
Olive is going to be at the front of the people going up the stairs and sort of linger briefly in the doorway in the hopes of covering other people
Okay.
as they go by. As you know, as Pigon like
What spell
Make
level is hold on, what spell level is invisibility?
2.
2.
And I still have telepathic bonds, so we could also have invisible people watching and then saying go when they're not looking.
Yeah, that's probably a better idea.
Well, unfortunately, Olive has decided to stand in the doorway. So,
Oh, we've made it to the doorway?
Olive said that she was going to go up to the doorway and stand in it. And pretend to be Pigon so people could be behind her and wave if anybody looked at her.
Okay, I was not aware that that meant we moved already, but okay.
Yep, sure.
Well, someone took the initiative, so here
Great.
we are.
I mean, if half of our party is invisible anyway, I'm mostly thinking about shielding
Yeah.
Nereus
So-
with the other low stealth roll essentially.
So everybody make a stealth roll.
Great.
I'm invisible. I have advantage.
Correct. You and
Yep.
Paduk both have
Yeah.
advantage.
I'm gonna roll that again.
I am wildly unstealthy as impersonating a 4.5 orc.
Well, Pigon's a half giant, not a half orc.
It was a half giant. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Confusing him with the other dude.
That wasn't any better.
Yeah.
Actually, it
So,
was worse.
as soon as you like stumble up, oh, well, that's good.
Okay, Paduk.
Okay,
Why couldn't I do that for me?
Paduk with a natural 20. That's real good.
Double
everybody.
nat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Double nat 20s.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yep. Olive's boots are too small for her now, and she's tripping over them.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you stand in this doorway. One of the like older human guy who's kind of in like heavy armor looks up and kind of like looks strangely at you, Olive.
I'm gonna grunt at him.
Make a deception check, Olive.
Do I get advantage?
No.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. 10.
Paduk has zipped by. Defect has zipped by in this moment. The guy looks up at you, kind of confused, and goes, "Is something all right, sir? Why are you up here, and why are you wearing those strange armor that looks very uncomfortable?"
Was left behind by someone downstairs. Seemed, I don't know, fancier. I might go back to my own. I don't think I like it.
The form of Shuzaxa turns its head. Make another deception check, please, Olive.
Cool. No.
Something's not right here. And Shuzaxa slithers up to the opening. Well, what is this, Pegon? New armor?
It was left down in the where the prisoners were.
I see. Interesting.
I don't think I like it.
Because it's the armor that disappeared when the prisoners did, too.
Didn't disappear too far. It was in the corner.
I don't think so. And you are hit by a wave of magical energy as the spell Dispel Magic is cast upon you. And your true form reverts. Shuzaxa is standing in front of you. And I need everybody to roll initiative.
Do we get any surprise for being invisible?
You are not noticed, but you don't get a surprise round.
Okay.
Bummer.
Yep. Let's see. We got Olive there. Paduke.
Padook, 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 padook.
And Greg. All right, great. Now, just as a reminder, Paduke and Greg are kind of a little ways up the stairs.
Yep.
I assume though with Paduke's passive, he can hear what's going on, or like since we're all telepathically connected.
Oh yeah, like Shuzaxa is not being quiet, and they're like 10, 15 feet up the stairs. They're not like 30 feet up the stairs.
Okay.
Good looking out. Good clarification. All right, let's bring y'all over. Do-do-do. Cool. All right, here we go. At the top of initiative, Greg, you're about 10 feet up the stairs, and you see, like, down from the corner, Olive is Olive again, no longer Pegon. And you heard the whole exchange with Shuzaxa.
Great. I'd say, well, that tracks. This is our luck. And I scamper back down, and I peek my little face in, and I have a really bad visibility, but I'm going to chuck a fireball in there, just past Shuzaxa, making sure it hits her.
Yeah, absolutely doable. Boop-a-doop-doo. Let's get you a fireball.
Boom.
And right there?
Yeah, I can like sort of tell it couldn't hit her, but I don't have good visibility. I can't see where everyone else is, so.
Yep, so it does encapsulate both Shuzaxa and the armored individual.
Great.
Let's see.
46 damage.
Yeah.
It took me far too long to do that math. I kept being like, no, something's missing. Nope, still missing.
Shuzaxa succeeds. The other guy fails. It did 28 damage plus another 8.
36.
46 total. $36.
36.
I was about to say 46?
Yeah.
Jesus.
See, I still can't do math.
36 damage. Or 36 damage to there. And half of 36 is what? 18? 19? 18.
18.
All right.
And then I will scooch my little tushy back on up.
Cool.
Doing
that's
my
right.
bonus action disengage sneaky weaky. I'm a goblin.
Wiki.
Wonderful. Cool. All right. That brings us to Nereus.
Can I Eldritch Blast?
Yeah, if you move up to the doorway, you can Eldritch Blast around Olive, sure.
Like right there?
Yeah.
Alright. Eldritch Blast. 1. 15.
Miss.
31.
Hits.
17.
Hits.
For 12 force damage.
Fantastic. Next up, we got Paduk with Defect on deck.
I'm just gonna scoot my Tokus back 1. I don't know where Paduk is.
Yeah, Paduk is 15 feet up. He flies 15 feet.
Alright. Fly down, Sacred Flame. So
Very
DC... Where's this spell DC? 17.
Wisdom or deck?
Dex. Actually, no, we're gonna Toll the Dead. Forgot he had that one. That one's a Wisdom.
Poor dead.
Succeeds on the saving throw.
Damn. Alright, Paduk is just gonna scamper out of the way again.
All right. Yeah, he is now visible. That brings us to Defect. What would Defect do here, Amber?
Defect is going to scooch on forward, do a little ragey rage, and attack the Shizaxa.
Cool. So that's 20 feet of movement to get out there. Bonus
Yeah.
action rage. Defect, by the way, is still
Casting
very
sword.
hurt from your
Yep.
encounter with Pegon.
Okay. Oh, look. Yes, it is. Okay. Okay. I think that Defect's instinct would still be the same.
Yeah, it's fair.
So, attack.
Go for it.
Did it roll?
Yep.
Great.
That hits.
26. And does Defect have a second attack?
He does.
Yes. Do it again. It's been a while since I had to run this.
16 unfortunately misses.
Sorry.
Bounces off the hide armor.
Okay.
As Defect strikes her with a melee attack, She uses her reaction, and Defect needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
$22.
This dark
He has advantage on dex.
It's right, yeah. Advantage on dex for visible impact, visible things.
Yeah, Shuzaxa, like, this burst of dark energy comes from her after he hits her with a sword. And he's able to dodge out of the way, taking only 4 points of necrotic damage
Cool.
from her burst. It is then her turn.
Yep.
Shuzaxa uses her bonus action and kind of wily slithers away 10 feet, which does not provoke opportunity attacks. And then looking right at Olive, what was your initiative?
6, I think.
Ah, great.
Yeah.
Cool. Great. So, yeah. So that's a 22 to hit Defect as she blasts her venom out for 30 points of poison damage.
Hokale dokale. Defect is unconscious.
Awesome.
Defect falls unconscious and prone. She will then use the rest of her movement to kind of slither back over this way. And that is her turn. Next, we have a couple of fanatics. Defect has Relentless Rage. So he gets to make a con save.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I think the first DC is DC 10.
Yeah, he falls down and he gets back up again.
Oh yeah,
Well then.
he's back up
He's
with one
very
hit
up.
point.
Yep.
And still raging.
Great. Very angry.
Cool. Great. Let's see. These two guys back here. Ah, damn it. Get out of my face. Jesus. These two guys both look over to Shuzaxa and both seem to cast spells on her. Some wounds close up. This guy rushes up the stairs, long sword and short sword drawn, going after Defect. That is a 24 to hit with 6 slashing reduced to 3.
Frank. Roll another con save.
Yep, so now to DC 15. He's good.
23.
Short sword is a 16, which misses.
Yay!
And then Olive, it is your turn.
Cool. Olive is going to look annoyed, and then cast a wall of fire between, basically right over that guy that just beat up on Defect, straight across the dais.
Okay. Go for
With the ouchie side away from Defect, obviously.
it. Sure.
It's a dex save.
Yeah, it's a dex save for the dude who's currently in it. And
That's a natural 1.
he takes 26 fire damage.
He is burned to death.
And the wall persists for up to a minute. Anyone who tries to walk through it.
Is it concentration?
Yes.
All right, cool. So you're concentrating on that.
Yeah, it's a 20-foot high, 60-foot long wall right across the dais in that line.
Great.
So,
yeah. So this line. Suddenly, the room is encapsulated. Well, actually, hold on.
go, 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 go!
Yeah. She sees. You're not hiding. You're in the door. She counterspells it.
Of course she does.
What level spell is it?
Wouldn't she have to do that before the guy died?
Yeah, she will.
It's a 4th level spell.
Okay, great. So she's got to roll for it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The DC is 10 plus the spell level, so it's a 14.
And can I see Shujaksa? They're at an angle.
With the way that you are positioned on the stairs, and she's positioned on the stairs, you do not have line of sight on her.
All right, I tried.
Yep. She succeeds on the counter spell, so the wall of fire unfortunately does not go off. Sad, but a good try. So the guy is still alive. Cool. So it is at this moment when a brilliant burst of light encapsulates the entire room, and a glowing form appears crouched down on the dais and slowly stands up, towering 12, 13 feet tall, and turns to you all and kind of gives a quick nod and then vanishes with massive wings of pure light, gone as quickly as it appeared, and you all blink your eyes, and standing in that spot is a familiar form of a certain turtle, Spoot. You are in a strange room that you've been in before with your friends, and you see the dreaded Shuzaksa over on some stairs not too far away. Go ahead, roll me some initiative, Spoot.
I'd like to buy a fireball, please.
She had used her reaction, but then she had her turn, so she got her reaction back.
I see.
Do we need to roll for you, Mateo?
Sorry, I'm looking for my token. Here we go. Let me know if that went through.
It did.
Yes.
17.
Wonderful. All right, so Spoot has joined the adventure. And Greg...
Hey, what's happening?
Greg, you see this blinding light kind of shoot up the stairway where you are. It's your turn. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna scamper back in and be like, hey, what was that? Oh, hey, guys. Oh, you look like Crap Defect.
Yeah, so 20 feet to scamper down there.
Yep. And I'm going to make the executive decision that what I really need to do is another fireball. I would like to position it to hit the two up there and Shizaksa.
Yeah, okay, great.
Like, oh, hey, Spoot. Nice of you to join us.
What did I miss?
Well, we're fighting again. Typical, right?
And the crowd goes wild.
Indeed, I think you can get all of them just about.
Excellent.
What's the damage? 25 damage?
25 plus 8.
Wow, you're rolling good on that.
Yeah, the 8's my favorite.
So, yeah, you sneak out and you cast a fireball and be like, oh, Spoot, you're here.
Good. Maybe gods are a thing.
And this roils through this fireball. One of the guys is immolated, actually,
Good.
by the damage.
No more healing.
The other one succeeds, so he takes half damage. Half of 33. We'll call it 16.
17.
And Shuzaxa actually failed as well.
Suck it.
All right, cool. Grig, you've got 10 feet of movement left.
Great. I'm going to spend my 10 feet to shimmy my little bottom 5. 10. Your turn! Don't die, defect!
Right. Spoot, that brings us to you.
Painting stuff.
You have all your hit points. You've had you can apply a full long rest. So.
Love that.
We're all half dead.
Who's alive still underneath the fireball? I think I would like to.
Defect looks like crap.
It's true. Defect does look very beat up, and there's a guy with a sword and a short sword at him.
Oh, right in front of the great. I don't know what to think about this entity in front of me that can counterspell. But is anyone hurt? Shuzaxa?
Shuzaxa looks like she's been damaged, yeah.
Incredible. I have 2 feet. Don't think I can hit anything other than Shuzaxa. I might as well get defect up. So let's see if I can do something about it. Did he already pop back up once?
Nice.
Yes.
I mean, you weren't there.
Oh.
Yeah, you would have no idea.
Sorry.
You're right.
You've literally appeared in the middle of a conflict with your friends.
This is fantastic. My very favorite. Why don't I do? I'm trying to.
Nereus, you are on deck.
Defect.
Followed by Paducah.
Defect. Why don't I do this? I'm going to touch defects. I'm going to plus touch defect and suggest. How is that?
Go ahead, roll.
Keep copy.
What?
Touching defect and casting death ward.
Oh, casting Death Ward. Okay, great.
There should be no roll unless it's something happens and it's counterspelled.
Anything else?
I don't know if there is anything else we can do. That is an action. Let me look at the bonus actions for this. No, I don't believe so at this time. Other than make eyes contact with Shuzaxa, I suppose.
Yeah, your entrance was very noticeable. And so she sees you, and you see her eyes go wide, and something starts to drip from her fangs. Nereus, that is you. You saw Grig scamper down, and then scamper kind of back up a little bit. And you saw
Yes.
a big flash of light.
I'm gonna step forward, and then I can see the fighter right there.
Yes, you can see the fighter.
Alright. Eldritch Blasts.
Go for it.
1, 2, 3.
All 3 hit.
For 17 force damage.
Oof, yeah. They just one right after the other blast into this guy. From there, you can see Shuzoxa.
Okay.
If you want to stay there. But that means she can probably also see you.
That's fine.
Okay. Next up, we got Paduk.
Alright, Duke is going to fly down. How much movement speed is 60?
It takes him 10 feet to fly down and kind of fly out
He
over
is
to here.
40. Alright, he's gonna go over here, and he's going to toll the dead that guy.
Okay.
So DC 17 Wisdom.
He fails, and blood leaks out of his ears, and as they get covered with moss, as he hears this horrible, natural ringing sound, and falls down dead.
Boom.
Next up, we have Defect.
Well, Defect doesn't have an enemy anymore.
He also doesn't have an anemone.
Nope. And I actually cannot. It looks like he might have 1 potion of healing.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think that he will use now.
Is it a standard or a...
It's a potion of greater healing, it looks like.
Okay, great. 4d4 plus 1.
Great. It doesn't automatically roll because it's a thing, or does it? I don't know. /R 4d4 plus 4. 15. Great. Defect is slightly less dead.
15 hit points as a bonus action.
And is going to move. We're fighting, right? We're definitely fighting. Boots here, we're fighting. What's this range of motion?
How Greek you sound.
40?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sorry. I'm really bad at Mike's voice. So that was 35, 10. So Defect's there. Approaching the figure.
Great. Shuzoxa sees what's going on here. Hates you all. Her movement is... She slithers around kind of behind this fanatic here and opens her mouth, and she's casts a lightning bolt. Kind of arching over, I think based on angle, she can hit Defect and Spoot, but it's going to miss Olive.
Oh.
Cool.
So I need Defect and Spoot to make dexterity saving throws.
Is this a visible effect?
Yep. She
Great.
slithers over and just like opens and blasts. Both of you fail the dex save, taking 20 points of lightning damage.
Boom. Defect's out again.
Actually, the death ward kicks in, So defect is standing. and
Defects
fine.
back again.
But the death ward is gone.
Got it.
She then uses her bonus action and kind of slithers back another 10 feet. The remaining fanatic here looks over at defect and attempts to cast a spell. I need defect to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. 18.
Pushes through his paltry attempt to control defect's mind.
Cool.
And kind of rushes back over this way. The veteran is dead. Olive.
Yeah.
Yeah, a big lightning bolt just charred into the wall in the archway above you.
Cool. Olive is going to Olive's going to take a step up to. Olive's going to click on the right stupid thing. Take a step up here by Spoot. Say, "Hey, welcome back," and throw frostbite at Shuzaxa. It's a con save.
Okay. Oh, she fails.
Great. She takes a whopping 9 cold damage.
Gets disadvantage.
Yes, that is true. She takes cold damage and, well, no, it's only on weapon attack rolls. She's not wielding any weapons. Doesn't matter.
Okay. Greg.
Great. Greg,
Spoot, you're on deck.
I can't tell if Greg can see Shizaxa or not,
Not at all.
honestly. Okay, great.
You'd have to move out.
Just 'cause
You'd
I
have to
now
move
have
out onto
defect
the
vision.
dais to see her.
Totally fine. I have defect vision, so I'm just a little unclear. I can't see the other guy either, probably.
Yeah, you'd have to move out to like here to see them.
Okay. Can I move out and hide behind Spoot
You
as
can
my bonus action?
make a stealth check.
Yes. 25.
Okay, yeah, you're hiding behind Spoot.
And then I would like to peek out of his legs and firebolt the masked figure.
Cool. He's got some cover from columns, but go for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. 22.
That's still more than enough to hit him. Yeah.
Then pew pew. 17 fire damage.
He dies in a burst of
Great.
fire. Psh.
Woohoo! Wait, no, I don't say that out loud. I say that in my head.
Well, you've exposed yourself by casting a spell anyway, so.
Oh, okay, great. That's fine.
Spoot,
I'll be there.
it is your turn with Nereus on deck.
Okay, let me do this. I'm gonna move. I'm gonna stand in this corner so I have a clear shot. And I'm gonna cast Flame Strike on Shuzaxa. I need to make a dex saving throw, 17 or higher.
She counterspells it. What level is Flame Strike?
Fifth.
It's a DC 15 on this check, which she succeeds. So your Flame Strike is counterspelled.
Love that. Love wasting spells.
Yep, it's
Let's
great.
see. How much did I move?
5, 10, 15 feet.
That's another 15.
All right, Nereus.
Alright, Nereus moves into the room.
Yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And we're just gonna do the same Eldritch Blast.
Go for it. Hit.
23, 27,
Mm-hmm.
28.
All 3 hit.
For 10, 15, 18.
Wonderful.
How are they looking?
She looks pretty beat up, but she's still slithering. Great. Hadouk.
Hadouk will toll the dead. No, actually,
Bad.
yeah. Toll the dead. DC 17 wisdom.
She fails on that one.
Oh, shoot.
Right.
Right.
Righteous.
17 necrotic.
All right. Yeah. Yeah, and since she is no longer, oh, actually, yes, she is still undead, technically. Oh no, she's not undead in this form, so she is not resistant to necrotic damage anymore.
Oh, good.
Toda dead.
So good job, Hadouk. Brings us to Defect.
Well, Defect's still up. And Defect is Defect. So Defect is going to run forth and attack.
Yeah.
That's 120.
That'll hit.
Great. Whatever 16 plus 8 is, because that's numbers.
24.
Thanks. Ooh, and a crit.
So, first I need Defect to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Okity dokity. That's less hope happy.
Defect takes 13 necrotic damage.
Defect is down. But Defect can roll con save.
Correct, DC 20.
Great.
Slow back up.
26.
26 means Defect gets up and gets his second swing, which means the crit stands.
Okay, great.
Wow, this is a lot.
It's a lot of numbers. I'm not.
Now, Defect Sword also does something really cool on a crit, if you will check that.
Oh, okay. Let me read it.
Yes, I feel bad that the first crit on the sword is not by Mike.
I know. Okay, whoa. Okay,
Go
so
ahead,
we already have
remind
the
us all.
+2. Roll a 20 on an attack made with this weapon. The runes light up and deliver an additional 4d8 force damage. Busting makes me feel good.
Mm-hmm.
Did it already do the math, or do I need to do that?
No, you just need to roll the 4d8.
That's what I mean. Okay, I'm rolling the 4d8.
Yeah.
Oh god, another 22 force.
Okay, so that is 24 slashing damage. 7 force damage from the crit. So that's 24 plus 7 is 31.
Mm-hmm.
Plus another 22 force damage from the bursting sword runes flaring up for 53 points of damage to Shuzaxa the Returned. Blasting through her. She looks wrecked after that attack.
Is perhaps a body part hanging off?
So quick, grab her body parts.
There's all kinds of like wounds open up. She's bleeding. She looks bad.
I have a plan.
Great.
It is her turn, and she turns invisible.
Counter
track.
spell.
Okay. I need you to roll for counterspell.
$17.
Okay. She counterspells your counterspell.
Or she does.
She had one left.
So she counterspelled the counterspell. Does that mean she's still invisible, or mean?
No, she is now invisible.
Okay, great.
But hey, she used that crazy reaction. So that's gone now.
Who did I give the sea invisibility screwdriver to? Nereus?
Yeah.
Great, just checking.
We go now to Olive. Because everybody else is dead.
Oh. Cool. Olive is going to look around and run up toward Defect, who keeps falling over. I don't even need to run to him. I can stay from here. I'm gonna throw a heal at Defect.
Great.
He gets 70 healing.
Woo. Good spell.
Ow!
It's the heal
That's a
spell.
lot.
The opposite of ow. That's more
I said
better.
how, not ow.
You've seen that used on me.
6th level
Yeah,
spell.
heal.
I haven't noticed.
You may have been dead at the time.
I quite possibly was dead at the time, or ghostly and not so
Tax
present.
reasons.
It was one
That's
of the many times that Nereus was face tanking the boss.
Yeah. Cool.
All right. Good job. Grig, that brings us to you. Spoot, you're on deck.
Cool. Grig's gonna take a wild shot and be like, do I need to, I could, if I look, I'm just gonna firebolt where I thought Shizuxa was.
Okay, make an attack roll at disadvantage.
Yeah, 17.
You aim where she was and miss.
Great. I guess we could try to see her. And that's what I say. I'm just busy looking at my notes, but I
Okay.
wanted to have something to do. The end.
Spoot, we go to you.
Oh, well, great. I don't know how to find her either.
Nope.
Isn't that wonderful? Wow, that really blows, actually.
Yeah, you definitely, she's not being stealthy, so you can hear movement, but it's kind of echoing in the chamber.
Got my perception check?
Yeah, go ahead.
Is
Make
that
a
a
perception
shot?
check.
Is that a shot in the dark in the midst of battle?
With a 15, you can tell that she's still in the room. Like, the door didn't open and close. Like, she's still in this room.
Okay, one sec.
You think she's probably kind of somewhere over here, maybe?
This counts as hearing, though, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, this is a listen check, essentially.
Oh, this is crazy. Do I do this? Trying to figure out the wording on this. It sounds like the spell has a range of 30 feet, but also it says any number of creatures you can see. Oh, okay. No, can't use that. Never mind. Ruled that out. I think the only thing I can do is throw some Spittle Classic Spirit Guardians on myself and run around the room like a wild turtle seeking a naga.
Go for it. Where do you want to end up?
I love everything about this.
Just put me as close to where it was, I guess. Let's see where it could have gone. I might pretend that it went toward the center of the room, so maybe I try to cut her off.
So you go
How
to
far can I get?
So you go to the center of the room.
Something like that, maybe? One of these squares?
So, like, that's 30 feet. You can get there.
All right.
And then you
I
want
got a
your
15-foot range. So yeah, I don't know. Here's hoping. I'll bump into her eventually. Block the exits, I yell out.
Okay.
I don't really have any like catch-all build a room spells that don't require sight, apparently.
Okay.
Uh,
Nereus. Unless you have a bonus action, Spoot.
Amber, what's the range on see invisibility?
I think it's pretty far. See, invisibility. You can see. That's it.
Yeah, it just grants you
Range
the ability
itself.
to see invisibility.
Okay, I didn't know if there was a
You
range.
steer
All right.
into the ethereal plane. You touch yourself, and you can see however you can see.
so
I touched myself. I used the screwdriver to see invisibility.
Cool. You use your action, cast the see invisibility, and you see Shuzaxa right here.
tell me where she is. Point
And
me.
I'll point at Shuzaxa for everybody.
Okay, great. It is Paduk's turn.
That's you again, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it's me again. Jesus Christ.
With defect
Alright,
on-
so where Nereus pointed, Paduk is going to use Sacred Flame.
Ooh, cool. Cool. Let me just check something on Sacred Flame. He goes to cast the spell, and it fizzles as there is no creature he can see there.
Yeah, that's a pretty big thing. Cantrip.
So unfortunately, the magic just can't find anything to hold on to, and it dissipates. That brings us to defect.
Technically, guiding bolt doesn't say you have to see it, but it says a creature of your choice. Does that mean if I choose it hard enough in my mind, I could attack it?
I choose you.
I choose Shuzaxa, wherever she is. Go.
I'm gonna have to look into it. It's still Defect's turn. What's Defect gonna do?
Defect is going to run in that general direction and take a swing. Be like, over there? Okay. 18.
Make an attack at disadvantage.
18.
So Defect kind of rushes into this area swinging wildly and manages to connect with an invisible Shuzaxa for 19 points of damage.
Awesome.
And you hear a scream, "No!" as appearing from her invisibility, Shuzaxa the Returned appears and screeches, "I'll be back and kill you all!" as her form roils up in black smoke, and she is dead.
So, what
I
was
was just
the
gonna disintegrate her, but that works too.
what was the piece of Shuzaxa that I had to give back?
You had a set of bone dice that were carved from her bones.
Ah, okay. So there's no way of like reclaiming that per se. I guess that's been like magically
I can make
reabsorbed.
stuff.
Grab a body part.
So perhaps her flesh and everything seems to have disappeared, but indeed the skeleton has remained behind. So you can do it and maybe recover something.
What happens if I
I-
smash it like really hard with my mace repeatedly?
So you don't have Requiem with you, by the way, so you just have your baton. But we'll come back to that as we'll end this week's session of Nuuli Forged after this fantastic result of defeating Shuzaxa. It seems like these big tough people are a lot less big tough when they're not all together and expecting
Action
you.
economy. What's that?
Yeah.
Madness.
Hey. So fantastic work, everybody. So glad we got to have you back in, Matt. Hopefully next week we get the whole crew in on this crazy adventure, picking up after the defeat of Shuzaxa. We're going to go around and say our goodbyes. Thank you so much to everybody for tuning in. Thank you, I've Got It, for being a fantastic mod here. Thank you, Tyalea Ke, for being a new follower. So we're going to say our goodbyes, and I'll figure out who we're going to raid. Let's start our goodbyes with our invisible turtle, freshly returned through celestial messenger of some kind. We got Spoot.
Do we got Spoot?
Sorry, that's bad timing. They were doing a voiceover, right? I mean, a voice of God. Yeah, sorry to be back in such a weird state, but glad to be back. Sorry it's been so long. Things have been crazy-ish, and yeah, I look forward to the next one.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Next, we got Nereus.
Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next week for possibly the conclusion.
Perhaps. Then we have Olive.
Yeah, hey friends, I am Sarah. I have been Olive. Thank you so much for watching us, and you can catch up on the rest of this campaign on our YouTube channel and follow us on whatever social media you want to do that.
Thank you very much. And Greg.
Hello, still Greg, for now. And I hope for at least one more session. Great. Thanks. Okay, bye. Suck it, Trebek. I mean,
Wonderful.
Trebek, I mean, Chizaxa.
Yeah, well done, everybody. Fantastic job. Thank you all for joining with us. I've been Jared, your humble dungeon master here. We're gonna raid. We're gonna raid the dungeon run because why not? They're playing some D&D over there. Let them know that they have been newly raided. We will be back next week, March 13th, which is exciting, and hopefully we'll have everybody. So we will see you next time on here on Nuuli Forged. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Goodbye.